So we're looking at the assignment, the algebra of plane vectors. Some people had some minor difficulty with this, and so I want to show you how you might solve this using GeoGebra. So the basic problem is we've got two vectors, t over 4 and 9 over t. We want to figure out when they align. So two vectors will align when one is a multiple of the other one. So it makes sense to use the CAS view to solve the equation when is t over 4 equal to s times 9 over t for some values of t and s. Those are, of course, scalars. So I'm going to do that in GeoGebra for you. I'm actually going to start with, to get a feel for the problem, I'm going to just draw the two vectors using a parameter and see when they line up so that I get some sense for what the correct answer might be. To do that, I'm going to need a parameter. I don't want to use t because that's what I'm going to use in the CAS window. So I'm going to call a parameter p. I'm going to set p equal to 1. I'm going to show that on the screen, and then I'm going to create the vector that points from the origin to the point 4 comma p. And then I'm going to create the vector that points from the origin to the point p comma 9. And of course they don't line up in the picture. Let's see, p is 1. And so I'm going to play around with p a little bit, and notice they're getting further apart as p gets smaller. They're getting closer when p gets bigger. My p only goes to 5, but it appears as if they're converging as p gets bigger. They're getting close to lining up. There may be another place over here where they line up in the opposite directions, but that gives me some sense for what's going on. I can see more values of p by just controlling the slider size. So right now it's only going from -5 to 5. Suppose I go from -20 to 20. And now when I move, I can get further. So here we can see that somewhere around 6 they line up. And maybe there's some negative number where they line up, but there's definitely, when t is 6, they line up. So let's see if the CAS can give us that answer. So I'm going to hide these two vectors. And I'm going to hide this parameter because we don't need it. And I'm going to enter into the window the vector that goes from 4 to t. And then I'm going to create the vector that goes from to the point t9. And then I'm going to solve the equation. Let's see. I'm going to do $1 refers to the first equation equals s times $2, which is the second equation. And the list of variables I'd like to solve for are s and t. And there we have the solutions. So GeoGebra's CAS says that these two equations will align when t is 6, which is what we saw before, and that made s equal to 2/3, so that one was a multiple of the other one. And of course there's a negative answer too. Anyways, that's how you might do it with the GeoGebra CAS system.